Hi, thank you for joining us on this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona. And hopefully today with our picks and your picks, it's going to be another profitable day for you. We are moving on to Saturday, November 4th, NBA slated games. Looks like we've got about 7 to 8 today. We do like about 3 of these that we're going to be heavily involved in. I just wish we would have left the Mavericks off the board yesterday. It would have been fantastic. But anyway, we'll get into the first game. It is an early one, folks. 10:10 out here west. A little after 1 o'clock Eastern time. And I apologize as the dogs are growling at something outside. So just in case you hear something, that's what it is. Anyway, Suns, the 76ers line has moved from 4 to 6.5. 76ers, 6.5 point favorite at home, 220. We did grab this at 4, so I still think the 76ers cover the 6.5, but it's definitely going to make it a lot tighter. So I thought they win by 8 to 10 on that retrospect. So might want to check just first quarter, first half. I think they should beat them up there. Maybe a little bit of a comeback makes it to that 8 to 10 range. But I just, more people missing. So if you can't have your stars in the lineup, what was the point of having the stars? So Bradley Beal still hasn't played a game. Booker's played 2. And Kevin Durant for somehow hasn't broke down yet either. So that's the amazing part. But the Suns headed kind of in the direction we thought towards the start of the season. It looks great on paper. Unfortunately, paper don't play. So on that one there. But anyway, we are going to take, like I said, we did take the 76ers here. We do like this matchup. So we have a -2 first quarter, -3 first half, and -4 for the game. You can buy the 6.5 back down to 4 if you want. A little costly, but the first quarter and first half I definitely play. 76, like I said, 76ers -2 first quarter, -3 first half, -4 for the game. We also like Tyrese Maxey over 23.5 points and Kevin Durant over 29.5 points. Next game up on the schedule for the NBA is Lakers Magic. We're going to pass on this one. Magic, a 3.5 point dog at home, 223. I keep hearing from all these people about how the Magic are so good. They've only beat, like, the Jazz. They're not that good. They have some players that are developing, but they're nowhere near, like, where the Thunder are or something to that effect. So all those people that are touting the Jazz so early in the season, like, when we get to the end of the season, all we're going to do is laugh at you because they're going to end up nowhere near the playoffs. Next game up, Hornets, Pacers. Pacers, 4.5 point favorite, 240 at home. This should be a fun one to watch. But we do like the Pacers here. The Hornets are not good. That's probably the best analysis you're going to get. I love watching LaMelo, but he's gotten, I don't know how a guard gets into foul trouble as much as he does on there, and then Halliburton is kind of the deal for that. When they have Halliburton, that team plays extremely well for the Pacers. He's definitely the difference maker on that particular team. But we do have the Pacers. So -1.5 first quarter, -2.5 first half, and -4 for the game. One more, and then we also have Tyrese Halliburton over 36.5 par, which is points, assists, rebounds. LaMelo Ball over 7.5 assists. So DraftKings has it at 7.5 assists. It's been most places at 8.5, but a little heavier juice. But we think he gets 8 assists without blinking. And then Bruce Brown over 1.5 threes. So one more time on this Pacers Hornets game. Pacers -1.5 first quarter, -2.5 first half, and -4 for the game. Halliburton over 36.5 points, assists, rebounds combined. LaMelo Ball over 7.5 assists, and Bruce Brown over 1.5 threes. Let's see. Next game on the slate, Hawks, Pelicans. I can't figure the Hawks out, folks, so I tend to stay away from those games. Currently, Pelicans 2-point favorite, 234.5. When they get Brandon Ingram back, though, the Pelicans are going to be somebody to deal with. Celtics, Nets. Nets coming off the win last night, back-to-back at home, 9.5 point dog. If this line was like 6 or 7, we probably would have jumped all over the Celtics on this one here. Not necessarily the case. The Nets have a ton of wings. They just look a little discombobulated sometimes on offense. And Cam Thomas puts up so many goddamn shots, nobody else can get a shot off. But other than that, they seem to work pretty well. Jacque Vaughn is definitely a quality NBA coach on there, but that we're staying away from that particular matchup. Next matchup, though, Jazz Timberwolves. This line has moved 7, 7.5, 8. It's kind of where it's been now. I see 8s in a lot of spots, 225 total. The T-Wolves, once they figure out that Anthony Edwards needs to see the ball almost every possession, they will figure out they're going to have a lot of freaking wins. But they haven't quite figured that part out yet. But Anthony Edwards is the man on that team. I think we saw it with Team USA over the summer. He's definitely the guy to go to. But we do like the T-Wolves in this matchup. T-Wolves -2.5 first quarter, -4 first half, and -7 for the game. Anthony Edwards over 24.5 points, and Anthony Edwards over 2.5 threes. So one more time in that T-Wolves Jazz game. T-Wolves -2.5 first quarter, -4 first half, -7 for the game. Anthony Edwards over 24.5 points. Anthony Edwards over 2.5 threes. So last game up on the, next game up, going to be Kings, Rockets. Kings 2.5 point favorite on the road, 221. Houston's kind of one of those young teams, kind of hasn't figured out what they are yet. No problem at all. You're young, you got time, but when it comes to, betting money, it's hard to bet money on them. So we're taking the Kings today, even though no De'Aaron Fox. We just think they're a much better ball club. If Fox was playing, I think this is a 6-point line, so on that particular one. But we do have the Kings -0.5 first quarter, Kings -0.5 first half, Kings -2.5 for the game. And then we do like Keegan Murray over 16.5 points. Obviously, without Fox's point production, everybody else has to pick it up a little bit. Kings -0.5 first quarter, Kings -0.5 first half, Kings -2.5 for the game, and Keegan Murray over 16.5 points. And he was even money at 16.5 points on FanDuel. So last game up, Bulls, Nuggets. Bulls lose last night. Nuggets kill the Mavs last night. Total at 216.5. It sounds like to me a lot of people are going to sit, therefore we're going to stay away from that game. So at the end of this episode, do make sure you check out the comments section. We'll see a link to the Google Sheets. On these sheets, they'll have all the plays all the bets that we have, what juice we got those out, how many units we bet, and then also what book. And you can also see the whole season NBA, and you can also see football. Baseball just ended. There's baseball on there. So there's 4 sheets. So sheet 1 was football of last year. Sheet 2 is baseball this year. Sheet 3, football this year. And sheet 4 is basketball this year. And then college basketball is going to be starting up soon here as well. So we'll have those plays for you there as well on a daily basis. So make sure you check that out when you get some time. And then also make sure you subscribe and get notifications to the YouTube channel. So when we drop our bets, you get those first. And that'll give you plenty of time to match them up with your bets and give you a ton of confidence heading to that betting app or betting window. We do appreciate everybody's support as always and look forward to seeing you on the next episode.